Hey, what's up? I'm Ofosu Jones-Corte.
And I'm Leah Santa Cruz, and we're the meditation coaches on the Balance app.
And this is our weekly show, Well Balanced, where we explore ways to live a healthier, happier life.
And today is a Wednesday, which is a little odd because we normally come out with new episodes on Mondays, but we wanted to take a little extra time to celebrate you all for sticking with us for over a year and take a few minutes to share what you think of the past 50 plus episodes of the show.
So I cannot believe that we've done 50 plus episodes. And wow, it's really flown by and it's been awesome. So before I start going on and on, we asked for all of you to send in voice messages about what the show has meant to you. Mm-hmm. And I've got two that I want to play. So first up is Kelsey.
My favorite part about Well Balanced is learning that meditation doesn't have to be, this formal event. You have to, sit down with the candles and make sure everything's right. It can be just breathing anywhere you are. Just take a moment and listen to what you need at that moment and just take it in.
So sweet. Thank you, Kelsey.
Yeah, I appreciate that Kelsey found it helpful, our conversations about meditation and just going deeper than we can actually go in the Balance app itself.
Yeah, I think we get an opportunity with Well Balanced to continue to demystify meditation and make it less of this like kind of exotic thing that can only be done in certain settings, certain postures, certain formats, certain times of day. And I remember saying to myself, if this stuff is real, it should work anywhere, anytime, any place. And it sounds like that's what Kelsey's saying. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. So thank you, Kelsey.
Yeah. And next up, we've got some thoughts from Linda.
Well Balanced has given me the opportunity to get to know Leah and Ofosu on a deeper level, not just the voices on the app themselves. And I'm appreciative that they're sharing their meditation practice with us and that they're along for the journey just like all of us are. My favorite podcast was the one about working through anger with Tara Brach. I appreciated that she acknowledged that anger is an emotion and give us a technique to work through it, not just work around it or avoid it or put it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Linda.
I also loved that episode.
Me too.
It was really helpful, even just in that moment of just things that had been going through that week. And so I'm continuing to refer back to it myself.
Absolutely. I think when you have somebody who has clearly put these tools to the test, like Tara Brach and many of our other awesome guests, you get like an extra dose of confidence. Like, this is a human being who has done this and they've come out on the other side better for it. I can have confidence in my own human ability to do the same. And again, with the idea of demystifying and all that type of stuff, it's like, it wasn't some magic spell. It's just having the tools and the courage and the willingness to approach, to be with what's there, even if it's uncomfortable, in a loving way, and say, I'm going to take care of you until we feel better, And Maya Angelou said, I want to practice goodness so deeply that it becomes, that my expression of it is a reflex action. And that sort of idea is connected when we have people like Tara on, and gives us a North Star to aspire to. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I have a moment from the show that sticks out to me that I want to share. You will remember this, Ofosu. It was about a year ago, actually, when I was traveling through Portugal, and we had one of those days where everything went wrong. And one of the big things that went wrong is, in the midst of some chaos, my husband accidentally lost a booklet of all of my family's passports and some important documents and everything that was in a rental vehicle that somebody else had rented for 2 weeks. And they were traveling around Portugal, not answering their phone. So we had no idea if we were going to get this passport back in time before our flights were supposed to go take us away. And it was just...
Oh my God.
pretty intense situation. So we brought on an improv comedian, teacher slash therapist who helped us with being able to reframe the whole situation with a little bit of ridiculousness so that I could work through it. And you helped me. And her name was Jill Eichmann. And I just absolutely loved the fun and laughter in this episode. So Jill wanted us to play out the whole scenario with you as acting as my husband and replacing the passports and my son's social security card and everything for something else that was a little bit ridiculous.
So you're in the taxi cab together. You're both in there. You notice the chewing gum is gone whenever you're ready.
Oh my God, I lost the chewing gum. How am I ever going to travel without this chewing gum?
I'm so sorry. I know you've told me 1,000 times how much your chewing gum means to you, how you grew up with sleeping next to your chewing gum as a child. Yes. I know how deep it is for you.
I keep that chewing gum in a safe usually because it is the most important chewing gum I've ever come across.
Oh, that's why we were traveling with it, and I would never have lost it on purpose. I know.
Every time I go to a country, I stamp that chewing gum.
Okay, you don't want to hear this. I have another confession. I also left your box of paper clips behind as well. I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
You have to be kidding me. Oh my gosh, we need to call the authorities right now.
No,
Someone's gonna steal my paper
no.
clips.
This is a total
This could
accident.
haunt me for years. That was so much fun.
That's a great episode.
And we've got a link to that episode in the description. Yeah. It's called How to Tap into Your Inner Comedian.
Yeah. So for me, a lot of my favorite moments from making this show are really the times where it's just you and I talking, you know, when the team reaches out to me to ask, like, what do you want to talk about? I'm the first thing I always say is, like, honestly, I can just talk with Leah about whatever. 4 years ago, we didn't know each other at all. But there's so much parallel in our individual stories and journeys. And we also come from very different backgrounds. And so I'm always interested in, like, where you're coming from, what your story has been, and then those moments of parallel where it's like, oh, I went through that too. Not long after we met, like, you entered the parent club, and so, like, now we're in that club together too, and going through that journey together as well. So I always love talking with you, Leah, about stuff.
And I think it also, I'm making an assumption here, but for you listening, perhaps there's parallels in your own life that you have with us. And I think that it's just a sign that we're all on this journey together. We're all human beings who may seem like come from very different backgrounds and we have very different lives and live in different places, but there's a common thread that unites us, and there's similar challenges and journeys, and it's like the hero's journey, like we're all on together. Yeah.
Okay, so other stuff that I have enjoyed in our year plus, 50 plus episodes, one that stands out for me is talking with our guest, Josiah Frazier, AKA the guy with the hair. You know, he was or is the social media personality who makes these really cool affirmative rhymes. I really felt like a deep kinship with him. But then our soul brotherhood went even deeper when he mentioned that he's a fanatic, a super fan of The Office. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is like we were separated at birth or something. Yeah. So we started bonding over The Office, but then I would send him random texts that only somebody really deep into The Office would know. Like, I'd send him like bibbity boppity, and then he'd reply, give him the zoppity. Or, you know, and which is just like the most obscure Office reference. So anyway, just bonding with our guests in a fun way has been great. And I also am, much like Linda, I really enjoyed learning and talking to Tara Brock. Those were really, those 2 episodes we had with her were very special to me. Yes. So yeah, those have been some standouts for me.
I agree. I hope I get to bring on one of my teachers soon.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I think we heard like an audio clip from one of your teachers a while ago.
Yeah, they have some interesting stories. That particular teacher used to be in the band Fleetwood Mac. Actually, he was a guitarist.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I have another teacher who was a part of all the early meditation experiments at University of California schools, and has these crazy stories of being in a dark room for 21 days and nights, and
Wow.
just wild stuff on his path of becoming a meditation teacher, which I think that we would find fascinating.
Well, I'm excited to keep talking with all of you out there too. We're all a family together, learning and growing together. And so we're going to be trying to hear and get more and more of your voices and ideas into the show, because again, this is all about community. So please stay tuned and let us know what you want to hear about. We've got some fun guests and topics that are going to be on going into the holiday season. And but we really do want to hear from you as well.
Yeah, that's true. And if you ever want to leave us a message about anything that's going on with you that you want us to talk about on the show, like what are the areas in your life that are concerns of yours that you want to hear about, that you want to know our perspective on, or that you want us to bring an expert in to talk about, you can leave us a message at sayhi.chat/wellbalanced. And we're going to put a link to that in the show notes. We'll be back again on Monday. So talk to you then. And until then, have a beautiful week.
It's been an amazing time hanging out with y'all for these 50 and more episodes, and we look forward to the next 50 plus. Much love. Don't forget to be kind to yourself, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.